I promised Stacey Chronicles 2, Bedroom Chronicles. It sounds a little weirder than I mean it to, but today I want to do a little service for the single community. One, I think it could help guys, the online dating scenarios, and hopefully there's some tips for women in there. And you might be thinking, because I thought it too, all right, what do you have to say? Like, you're single. But the reality is, I actually have done pretty well with the online thing. I do get some decent likes, enough to choose some. And I've actually made some really, really, really good friends. I've had some instant connections with people. I've been pretty blessed. Still friends of mine, just because the timing wasn't right or there wasn't that instant like connection that I talked about last time. It doesn't mean that I haven't met some really wonderful people. So I think I do a pretty good job about it. And I think at any time you can help men in this scenario and give them some tips to the masses, it'll help all of mankind in the long run. So that is what I intend to do. So I actually just was looking, I got back on after being off for like about a year, and I'm like, same old, same pictures that I cringe every time I see them that I'm going to tell you about. But what this one guy, literally, his information at the top, the very first thing that you read about this guy, he says, married but looking, my situation is complex. I promise, no drama. That's drama right there. Like, really? I want to really insert myself in that situation. Like, are you insane? I mean, I guess you got to be glad that the guy's being honest, but like, you know what, guy, you don't need to tell the whole world everything. You can tell so much by a person's demeanor. I mean, what I wrote originally 2 years ago and where I'm at in my life now and what I write with a little bit of information about myself are completely different. And you need to read into it. You can tell when a guy's got issues just by reading it. So those are things that are really, really important. So obviously you can't just go by pictures, but there's a lot of pictures that tell a lot about a man too. One of the first ones that comes up that I wanted to share, both as a service to both men and women. If a guy's got a photograph with just himself in every single one, there are no friends, that's a huge, huge problem. Huge problem. Sad, right? You can always tell when they're pictures from a long time ago. I can tell usually. And you need to pay attention to that too. The other thing is that guys like to take pictures of them skydiving or like whatever that I'm jumping off a cliff. There are so many guys that skydive. Like, you think you're the only one with a skydive picture. Now listen, if you're a daredevil girl and you're into that stuff, great. But I'm like, if you every single picture is something with you doing something drastic, like I'm skiing down a hill and I'm jumping out of a plane and whatever, I'm like, I start to get like panic attacks just looking at it because I'm like, oh shit, this guy's gonna have me being so busy, so active. And I like to do stuff, but unless you're into that, like, don't swipe on the guy, right? Like, don't. And guys, maybe one of those pictures, you don't need all 5 of them to be those kind of pictures, okay? So that's the one thing. Another thing I should say, I wrote some stuff down, so I'm looking down here. The other thing is that I look for things like, if a guy's taking a picture of himself and he's doing it, a lot of them do it in their bathroom because they don't have a lot of pictures. It's a mirror, guys. It's a mirror. Look behind you and see what's in the mirror, okay? If your bathroom is trashed or like, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff I could go into on that. You get the point. Clean it up, right? There is no good picture that is taken from down here. Men and women. None. And I can't see the women's pictures, but we kind of know that. A little bit of an angle up high, guys, is going to do you a world of justice. I'm trying to think what else is kind of interesting. Did I talk about the car thing? Okay. First of all, I'm not a fan of Corvettes anyway, but if your picture is you sitting on one, or any car for that matter, because you're trying to show me that you have a nice car, I'm not impressed. You look like an idiot. Okay? You look like a douchebag. That's all there is to it. That and gym pictures. Oh, for the love of God. I will get there if I want to see your body, right? I can tell. If you have a shirt on and you have nice biceps, I can tell what's going on, okay? I can tell everything. And you can do anything. I mean, you be thoughtful about your photos, but don't look like you're being so thoughtful about your photos. Like, don't be so flippin' obvious, Like, think it through just a little bit to give us a little bit more of a, information about your life. That's what we're looking for, right? Like, if you've got one picture, forget about it. You only give me one picture, I will never reach out to you because I need to look at different scenarios. I want to see what you're wearing in different pictures, you know? Like, are you in a t-shirt in every single photo? Do you not ever go out? But also with that going out photograph, um, don't be, you know, if you're standing there by yourself, you know, you're not like in a group photo with a lot of people. I'm wondering if you have any friends, and that obviously is going to be important. So those are just some of the little things, and these probably ring true for women as well. I don't know. I don't see other women's photos. Um, don't put yourself in a picture, guys, with a guy that's hotter than you. I cannot tell you how many times I look at a photograph and I think, oh, dude, where is your friend? Like, I like seriously, right? So you need to be mindful of these kinds of things. So, and I know it seems like a lot and it's like, oh God, this is so superficial, but those are the things that are going to initially get your attraction, right? Ladies, don't be having more than 3 conversations at one time. You can't have an authentic conversation with someone and get to know them if there's too much, because you cannot remember. I tried that. You can't remember what's going on. I tried to get back when I first got on Match, when I first got divorced. I tried to like get back to every single person. Not smart. You can't be worried about that. I felt bad for every single person that reached out to me. So at least with Bumble, which I'm on now, I can kind of like, you know, I don't have to reach out to people. I don't have to respond to people unless I reach out to them. And Bumble also has this little section called the Beehive, which I do. And that basically is they have to reach out to me first. So I kind of see who's already said they're interested, and then I can reach out to them, which helps me with the whole age category thing because I try to keep it a little bit older. But I figure, hey, if you're 38, 39, you reached out to me, you know how old I am. So it's safe to say you're going to be okay with my age. So, because they put your age right there. It's very upsetting. I don't like seeing the number in print, but it is what it is. I'm trying to think what else for you guys. Last but not least, pay attention to, like I said, what they write. And you can tell real quickly if somebody's just playing games and, you know, just wants to talk. And I think that there's room for video chats now that we're in this Corona thing. So although it's different than meeting somebody in person, I think there could be some real benefits to that as well, because then you're not stuck in a restaurant with somebody that you're really not that interested in. So you can kind of get a feel for them a little bit more. So anyway, those are just my little tips and tricks on what to do, what to look for. Swipe on somebody that maybe is in an area that you're most comfortable with and not on the other side of town that you don't know anything about that area. You know, those kind of things help too, because you're more likely to have more interest the same once you go out and have dinner, hopefully, and it goes well. So good luck. So Stacey's Bedroom Chronicles 2. I look forward to the next session, which I know exactly what I'm going to talk about next time. Excited.